Hey guys.
Hi.
Chris and Jeana here. We wanted to talk to you guys about fog machines tonight.
Yes, and fog chillers.
And fog chillers. I know most of you are already fog machine novice, but for those of you who just like hearing about fog, talking about fog, or learning about fog, then this tutorial's for you. Aren't you excited? So we'll just go over and talk about what we do with our hunt and our fog machines.
Yep.
Alright guys, as of 2 years ago, well, we've been doing our yard hunt for 5 years. This was our 5th year doing our yard hunt, and for 3 of those years we never purchased a fog machine.
Yeah, we borrowed our neighbors.
We did borrow. Well, our neighbor was so generous to lend us his fog machine because he had a couple of them, so we never really needed one. And then last year I was talking to a lady at my work and she was like, oh, I've got 3 fog machines that, you know, my husband had and he doesn't have them anymore, so would you like them? And I was like, well, yeah. And we ended up buying another fog machine and then getting our hands on another one. So we went from none to 5 in 1 year, so it was pretty awesome. But these are the ones that she gave us. These are the like Halloween Screamer fog machines. These are 400 watts, and these work fairly well. We like to hook this one up to one of those ice chest coolers, and that one works pretty good for that because if you see over here, here's one of the ones, and we got this information or idea off of some other home haunters who were like, yeah, the ice chest cooler is awesome. So this is just our version of what we have going on. And like I said, the 400 watt ones that fog machines that we have are really good. And then here's all the piping and pieces and stuff like that. So then with our other fog machines that we have, we ordered, see, this was Christopher's anniversary present.
Yes.
See how good of a wife I am. I don't give him watches and doodads like that. I buy him a fog machine. Anyway, so we got this off of Amazon.com. We read a bunch of reviews and we saw a bunch of tutorials online, and we were pretty happy with this one. So we ordered it and it came and it was freaking awesome. So it works really well. It comes with this controller right here, which lets you adjust the time, and let's see. So you get the interval and the duration. It's got a timer on it, continuous, and manual right there. So
yeah.
You press manual, obviously it goes as long as the fog has enough heat in it to shoot it out. And then, you know, you can change those or whatever. And that works really good too. I seem to have more of a magic touch than Christopher does because every time he changes it, it keeps like squirting out. He's like, what's going on? But I come over and I fix it and it's all good. So anyway, and this is a Chauvet fog machine, and it comes with a special thing that you have to order separately. It doesn't come with it unless it's a special package online or whatever. But anyway, it comes with this. I'll let Christopher talk to you more about that because I don't really know about it.
Well, I really wanted that thing, and it was funny because I think it was like $30, and Jeana was like, oh, you don't need that. And I was like, yes, I do, and I really don't use it. So she was right.
I know best. Most wives do. Anyway, so, and then we went to one of the Spirit Halloween stores after, and they still had fog machines.
Yes.
Which was awesome. And fog juice, like tons of it. Everything was like slashed half off or whatever. So we ended up buying another fog machine, and this is the 1,000 watt fog machine. And I will tell you what, this year, because our ice
trash
chest,
can one?
our ice chest didn't work out so well.
Yeah.
We thought, let's just go full on trash can.
Get the trash.
And we did. We got this trash can at a yard sale. We actually got 2 of them, and for $5, which I think at Home Depot
was a great deal.
You gotta buy them for like $15 or something a piece. So that was a really good deal. Now come over here and I'll show you the inside of it. This is what we got going on the inside. Christopher, what's this stuff called?
It's perforated or convoluted like drain pipe. It's a 4-inch wide, 10-foot long. You can get it at Home Depot for like $6, and there's 2 of them in here.
Yeah, there's 2 of them in there.
And we saw a lot of people using like dryer hose and stuff.
Yeah.
But we were afraid like ours, it would get all crushed from our big blocks of ice that Jeana makes.
And I'll tell you something. I kept going to the dollar store and buying those 7-pound bags of ice for $1, which seems pretty cheap. But we've got one of those big freezers in the back of our guest house, and we're like, why are we using this? I mean, we even have another refrigerator back there that's unplugged, and we're like, I know what I can do. I will just start making my own ice cubes. Now, I didn't have extra ice cubes cube trays laying around, and we don't have an automatic ice dispenser, which would have been awesome. So instead, I went around finding all of the plastic containers in our house, and I think these are those, just those easy throwaway if you want to, containers, but I filled all the water up, and I'm pretty awesome because I just took everything that I had right here and just kept filling them up. And because I'm extra fancy, I even used a Jello mold that I haven't used ever, but my grandma gave it to me. So anyway, but it worked out because I've had huge chunks of ice. I would dump it in there every night, and they would probably melt just a little bit because it's cool enough outside to where it wasn't melting a lot. And then I dump it back into a big plastic bag, throw it in the freezer, and then do it again. And I did these about twice a day, so I do it overnight and then I do it again in the morning. And I just keep dumping all of these big blocks of ice into this big black garbage sack. So every night we come, we dump it in there, and by Halloween I had this whole thing packed. I even had ice like scattered around other areas and stuff.
Yeah, we never had to buy a bag of ice this year.
So if you have a big freezer that isn't full of food, or if you have a section that you can use, I definitely recommend just taking some plastic, filling it up with water. You can put lids on it or you cannot. I didn't, and I mean, I spilled a little bit, but it's okay. But by the time Halloween comes, you will have all these huge blocks of ice that will form into this one big gigantic thing. And
it's heavy.
It's heavy. It's heavy. Chris had to get it by time Halloween was. But if you shake it, the big blocks go in all these nooks and crannies, and with the fog, it cools it off. It really does, rather than the little ice cubes. I mean, it works really well for us, so that might be something you want to try. Just try a bunch of little plastic containers.
Yeah.
Fill them up with water.
Yeah, and I mean, we had watched a lot of YouTube videos on different things, but Jeana basically realized and found out that like wetting the ground was like the best. So every night she was running around like spraying the little, and that made a huge difference.
It makes a huge difference. So if that's a tip that you guys don't know for ground fog, you know, hose and wet down the area where you want the fog to go, and after your fog like cools, going through whatever cooler or trash can or whatever system you have, it's gonna go, and it does. I think the first couple of goes, like the first 30 minutes, some of it still rises up to the ground, but by the time your fog gets cold, it reaches the end of the pathway wherever that is. So it's awesome. Fog juice, fog cleaner, make sure you guys clean out your fog machines. Don't let them sit all year round. It's such a waste because so many fog machines get ruined that way. We've got a lot of friends who are like, yeah, my fog machine didn't work, and we're like, oh man, you gotta clean that out. So just take 5 minutes, just do it. It'll make a world of difference next year. You won't have the headache of going, oh man, my fog machine doesn't work, or it's stuck, or whatever. So it's messy and nasty. But I think that's it. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed that tutorial of how we fog our yard for Halloween. Chris? Any closing comments?
Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more.